Hi, I'm Steve, you. Welcome to the video. Today we're going through how to use the Divi Builder specifically to create a template for posts. So if you don't use Divi Builder, if you don't use Divi Theme, then this video is not for you. If you're looking at moving over to Divi, you'll get a good idea of what Divi can do in this video. But if you're not planning on moving over to Divi, or if you're not using Divi, then this is of no value to you. So yeah, you're not going to get any value out of this video. Alright, with that out of the way, let's move on. So assuming that you can log into the back end of your WordPress website, do so now if you want to follow along. Otherwise you can watch as we go. So we're going to navigate down to Divi, and then we're going to go to Theme Builder. And what we're fundamentally trying to achieve is to create this structure here without, like all the way down here, without having to do a lot of work. So we don't want to have to build this each and every time. We don't want to have to build this each and every time. We don't want to have to build these things each and every time. And then this is just a plugin that I'm using called Easy Table of Contents, I think it's called, which is free. It's super useful. Looks pretty good. I can probably tidy that up a little bit more, but it looks pretty good. Yeah, so we're not restoring that. So what you're going to see when you get in there is probably going to look something like this. It will just have this here without the global header, without the global footer. It'll just have three of these boxes with add global header, add global body, and then add global footer. Assuming that you haven't developed the website yourself, which I don't know why you would be watching this video if you have, or you've got a Divi Builder that's come in and built the site for you. They might have a few of these in here, but generally looking from scratch, you're just going to have these boxes in here. What this global header is basically, it's this here. So on every single page of my website, I have this. And if I go in and make changes to this using the edit feature, what I do here happens over here. So if I delete this, I'm not going to, but if I did, it would remove this on every single page of my site. So it's really useful if I want to change out some of these menu items, if I want to change the text on this button, if I want to change any of these, if I want to add something in here, I can very easily and do it on every single page, and that's the novelty of utilizing this. Then I've got these other things. So I've got a specific 404 page, which is different to just your general page not found issue. I've got something else that is in there. All archives page. So when they go to an archive page, it looks different to what the standard is. And I've got a specific post template as well. I can't remember why I did that, but anyway. And then I've got one for all posts, which is what we want to create. We want to create one for all posts. So what we're going to do in order to do that is I'm just going to delete that, and I'm going to add a new template and build template from new and go all posts and create that. Now, as you can see here, it's automatically put these on. If you don't have these, then it'll look like this, but I'm just going to use the global header. If I want to create something custom for my blog posts so that the header doesn't look like this, maybe I don't want this part in here, I can't just go in and edit this and then just delete this section, because it'll delete it off of it'll delete it from everywhere. So what I'm going to need to do is go into here, and then for this, if I want it to look somewhat similar to this, I just bring this out, save this, and then I can delete this, add from library, and then I can just add in that, that header and do whatever I want to it, because it'll be a custom header. But if I want to build something from scratch, it will come up like this. And then I just go in and add a row, add whatever it is that I want. So I can put a menu in there, and then I can select my menu, whichever one that I want to put in there. And then that will come up, and then I can style it and everything like that. In another video, I'll be going through how I can actually go into what is in this design area, how to use these different boxes and that sort of thing. But I won't be covering that. So if you need to know those sorts of things, go and have a look at that video. But yeah, we're just going to roll with that because why not? We're just going to discard that. We can do the same for the header, for the footer. So we can have the global footer, or we can have a custom footer. And then where all the magic happens is here. So we just want to go and build a custom body. And then we're presented with a blank page. So what we can do is in here, we want to create something like this. So this here is dynamic, this part here. This is part of rank math. So if you haven't gone and had a look at my rank math overview, go and have a look at that. But this is basically just a breadcrumb. I've just put a short code in here to get this to work. And then this here, we're going to create the structure first. So we'll create this structure, which looks a little bit like, let's do this one. It looks a little bit like this one. So here we are, we've got this and this, and then we're just going to go down to here, and we're looking for post title, which is this here. And it's got all of this other stuff. I don't want this other stuff in here. I just want this. So what we're going to do is go into elements, and we'll get rid of show meta and show featured image as well. We don't want that in there unless we do. But we're building this here where you can adapt it to whatever you want it to look like. But yeah, don't make it look like this. This is mine. You can if you want to. But anyway, we can add a background, so we can add all various different things. But again, I'm not going through all of that. What I do want to do though is make this a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to go in and we're going to change that to, let's go 40. And here we've got a little bit of space here, but we just want to sort of make that bigger. And that looks pretty correct there. All right, but that one there is all the way across. So what we've probably got to do is just make this 100%, but then we lose our sizing here. So we're just going to add a little bit of spacing here. We'll go 100 to the left, and then we've got some spacing there. And there we go. All right, so now we're going to add an image to here. So what we can do is just go into this column here, go to background, and we're just going to add, let's say this one here. Move me out of the way for a second. All right, so why have you not come up, you silly thing? Why have you not come up? Odd. Well, that's rude. Actually, no, this is what we want. No, I've done that wrong. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this the featured image. That's what we're doing wrong. Yeah, we're doing that a little bit wrong. So this here is actually this. So what we're going to do is here we're going to add an image which is over to the right, and we're just going to put in this one here like so. That is far too big though, so we're just going to make the max height 50%. That's still too big. Let's make the max height 30%. It doesn't want to do that. Alright, so let's make the max height, let's say 800 pixels. And then we're just going to drop that back to 50%. That's still too big. Sometimes you just got to play with it a little bit, but it's still not doing what I want it to. You should be 30% of 800 pixels now. There we go. Alright, let's go 600 because why not? Alright, and then in here we're just going to adjust this so that we've got oh no. Say hello to my calls. Whoops, sorry. Right, we're just going to ignore that for now. But yeah, that'll be fine. That'll work out in the wash. So we've got this over here. We've got the featured image which will appear here. We want to center this. So what we can do to center that title is we can go into equalize column heights, and then we just want to go to here, go to custom CSS, don't be scared of it, go to module elements, and we're just going to go margin auto and then important. So that it just looks like that. It's that simple. That's all we need to do there, and that way that text will be auto. We've got this horrible space up the top here. We don't want that, so we're just going to go in and we're going to get rid of that. And we want to do the same for the bottom as well. We want to get rid of margins, top and bottom as well. We've still got a little bit of space here, so we're just going to do the same for this. So remove that and remove that. Alright, so now we're cooking with gas. We've got this hero section. Not sure why they call it a hero section, but here we are. You don't need to have this. I just have it because I'm trying to make it look as much like this as possible. I'm sure that I could get to that, but I'm not going to sit here and strain to get there. We've got this here, so this is simply just a regular row with 3 columns. Nothing really unusual there. And then I'm just using some social media follows in here, so just going in and adding a link to the social media accounts. Yeah, I'm not going to add those. You don't need to watch me go through and fumble through that. But we're just going to make that colored. So we'll go this color here. That's a little bit too big, so we're just going to reduce the size of that. And I'm pretty happy with the size of that. So we'll go background, this color. We'll add a little bit of padding left and right. No, we want some padding, not. There we go, and we'll do the same there. For this part here, we want that to be dynamic. So we can do that by going to the publish date. Where are you? All right, so text. That's what I'm after. And then we want this to be there. So publish date is no, that's not the right one. Why are you not doing that? Let's just do that. All right. So yeah, and then we can just style that. Yeah, that's right. Just ignore that other text. That's just silly. All right, and then we want that centered. So we can center that, and we can change the font and all that sort of thing, but we're not going to worry about that just now. All right, so then we want the author in there as well. So we're going to do the same thing. Text, delete all of this, and we're going to use this dynamic to put the author in. And there we go. So then we'll just go into here, tidy that up as well. And I want this to be a little bit longer. So we can just go into sizing and we can just extend that out, or we can extend that out. Yeah, so that looks good. And then we can do the same trick with centering these as well. We do want to do that, so we're just going to go equalize, and then we'll go to this one first and go into custom module, and same again, really simple. The reason we use important at the end is it overrides everything else. So if it's got code somewhere, it will override that, and we do want to do that sometimes. All right, so with this one, margin, auto, important, and there we go. Now these are nicely centered. Moving on from there, we can then go regular. We're going to create the, let's go this one. And then in this section here, we want to add the post content. So then it adds this. You don't need to delete any of this stuff. In fact, I don't think you can. Yeah, you can't. This will just automatically pull in the content from your posts, which is super handy. This is too much space for me. I don't like that amount of space. We're just going to add some max width there, and I might even put this up to 90%. I don't like that amount of spacing there. We're just going to drop that back to there. And remove some of that margin. All right, now we're looking pretty good. All right, so now we've got this section here and then here as well. In fact, I'm going to make that 100% and then do we don't need to do what we did last time because it's already doing it for us. So then I'm just going to add a background like this, and it's not bloody well doing it. Why? Why do you insist on thwarting my attempts to add a background to you? Oh, alright, we're just going to do it here. There we go. Sod you. Then we'll just get rid of that padding there, and then it looks nice and tidy. Alright, and then this down here is simply because I haven't added this. So if there's nothing down here, the footer will land in this white section here. So yeah, don't be mindful that there's this gap here. That's where your footer will be. So it'll be fine. And then we can add stuff in here. So I'm going to add an image of me. Here I am doing my stuff. There. Of course, it's not supposed to be broken like that, which is frustrating. Ghastly. Alright, let's do that one. There we go. That's a good one. I was really sick that day. Alright, we're going to center. We always center these images, or at least I do, because that way on mobile, on tablet, it automatically just has them centered. It's just something that I always do. I generally don't want space below. I like to control these elements. This will add 30 pixels, so it might be fine, but generally I like to control that. And then we can add margin to the top. So if we think of this as a box, let's say, I'll cover this in the other module, in the other video that I do on going through each of these, but just quickly. So margin is the outside of the box. So if we put 50 pixels, it's 50 pixels outside of the box. If we do padding, it's inside the box. So it'll expand the box out by 50 pixels. That's how we determine that. And then we're going to do top and bottom. You don't always have to, but yeah, linking it pretty much just does to the bottom what we've done to the top. Alright, so then from there we can add text, and that's where we would add our bio in there. There we are. Alright, for some reason we are all the way over. I know why that is. Alright, so we're just going to add a little bit of padding there. There we go, beautiful. Alright, so there's our bio. Looks great. Now we can go down to here, and I'm using WP form simply because I like it. I can just go in and go, I want people to subscribe, and then it automatically pulls in that specific form, and it already looks pretty good. From there, I can add in a short code in here. So I would just go like easy TOC, I think it is, and then it pulls in that nice table of contents, which this won't work for you unless you have that plugin. So yeah, there we go. Awesome. It's really long, but the content will be, so it'll be fine. It will adjust to what you've got here as well. I'm not going to go into that more though. But we can put whatever we want into here, and yeah, so we can put social media follows in there. We can put a video if we wanted to, call to action, that sort of thing. I'm not going to go through each of these modules though. But yeah, that's how we do it. And then once we save that, which I am not going to, we're just going to refresh that so that I don't have to go in and do that all over again. Hopefully I haven't broken things. Fingers crossed. Yep, no, there we are. Beautiful. Alright, this is causing problems, but anyway, we're just going to go like this. Where are we? Here. This guy here. Excellent. Perfect. Alright, problem solved. No broken images here. Alright, well... and then from there, we can just go into posts and then just go edit. And instead of going in and trying to use Divi Builder to set all of this out, we literally just grab it from the Word document, assuming that you're using the Word document, paste it into here. So this is just, I'll show you. So we just go add, so just add the title, use default, paste the text in here. It's even better if you do already have those headings in place. So heading 2, heading 3, etc. Just Control V or Command V, whatever device you're using. Paste it into here. Go publish. You'll need to change some of these things around. So if you're using a different author, put that in there. Different publish date, put that in there. Add your featured image. And then you can publish, and then it will come out in... And these are scheduled here. So when we go view, it will just automatically pull all of this stuff into here, and then you're done. So then what you can do, and what I generally do, is for these articles, you can then get a VA to go in and just post them for you, because all they're doing is going in, adding the post, pasting the stuff in there, and then job done. All right. If you got something out of this, please like and comment. If you want to see more content like this, then jump into school. I'll paste a link so that you can get to that as well. I'm going to be posting a lot more content in there. That's where our community is going to be. And subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. I'll be posting some content on there as well. But most of the action's happening at school. So, yeah, jump over there and make sure you join. And, yeah, if you're watching this from school, hello. All right, have a great day. Bye.